All right.
Ready to rock and roll?
My audio should sound better than it has in the past couple weeks. Hopefully. Let me drop a marker real quick on this so I can inevitably find it when I try to inevitably fix it. Marker. Let's do it here. Oh, dear God. Shut up. It's my own chat.
I already did it, Pyro.
You bitch.
Close that. There we go. I love that. It's like, you are joining chat. Please abide by the rules. Like, you fucking asshole. It is my chat.
Abide by your own rules.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are times where I've broken my own rules. I'm going to endeavor. That is my endeavor for the next 4 years. Is to not be political at all. As hard as that will be for me. So. Alright. So. Just to clarify, Morgan's out. JJ will not be joining us. Because it's just a little bit too much of a commitment. And he was already drunk. So.
Okay.
And if we weren't streaming it, then maybe. But he has some tendencies. My brother has manic and depressive phases. So every other weekend we would get sad JJ. And then every other weekend we would get crazy excited JJ. So it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, which would make streaming difficult. So don't get me wrong, love my brother. Happy to have him, but we both agreed it probably probably wouldn't be the best for an audience. So, all right. So how are you gonna fix this, GM? Are we just gonna find Crag dead as we're?
Oh, he flew away, and that dragon we saw earlier got him while he was flying away. You see, you see roasted feathers fall from the sky as the dragon flies overhead, and everyone stops fighting for a second.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Crag unfortunately went for a morning bathroom break and never returned.
Okay. Diphtheria is a motherfucker. Or dysentery or whatever.
But whatever happened to him.
Cholera.
Water supply poisoned. Unknown why.
Dude, I'm still fucking mad at that game, man. I thought I had the key. It would have been perfect timing. We would have rescued him. And I get fucking fragged by one of those stupid tentacle casting death bastards.
He died the coward's death.
What'd you say?
He died the coward's death.
Fuck you twice, dude.
You ran away.
All right.
Yeah, well, there goes my healing.
Oh yeah, you're dead.
Because you know.
You're gonna take a deep breath, open your mouth to do that awesome flame, and then I'm gonna stick my mace in it so you can't.
No, I still don't have that. Don't worry.
All right, DM, what's the plan?
Well, last we left off, y'all had just stepped. To be met with some friends.
Oh, okay.
You see as you look out over the area in the relatively early morning sun, as you've realized, that your bandit friends went missing at some point in the night. Whether it was during Crag's bathroom break or during your own watch, you'll never know. But during one of the two, they disappeared. And as you step out, you see 5 of the guardsmen waiting for you at the end of the path, and then a little ways down, kind of sitting on the fallen tree, is a familiar tiefling with 2 familiar women on either side of her.
Yeah.
Aw, I was giving him a bearded dicks. How do I get rid of my bearded dicks? Okay. Alright, so the tiefling's way over there on the right, and then I assume that's the Perry bitches?
Yeah, they're kind of standing on either side of her at the moment.
Alright, well. Good morning! How is everyone?
Oh, we're just fine, thank you. How are you?
You know, this cave's a little damp and dank, and whoever set up the bearskin rugs apparently had lice, but other than that, not too shabby.
That is so terribly unfortunate for you, my dear. I'm so sorry you got lice sleeping on those bearskins.
That's all right. I'll let you make it up to me over a nice warm breakfast. What are you guys making us?
Well, you see, you're a bit late for breakfast. We got up
Brunch?
a little early this morning. Um, you see, I will admit to being a little upset and a little thirsty as someone who, was supposed to bring me a drink never did.
Now, I did give that barkeep a gold to keep your tab running because I had to go and chase after a friend of mine who spontaneously had to leave. Apparently, the food at that establishment kind of destroyed her intestinal tract, and well, she had it coming out of both ends, and that's just not very romantic. So I was escorting her back home, but I did give that barkeep a gold piece to keep you happy. Did he not? Did he not give you anything?
You definitely, got the drinks provided, but, well,
Oh, the happy ending. Well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, my friend had it coming out of both ends, and that kind of kills takes away my amorous nature, if you know what I mean.
right, right. The barkeep was kind enough to tell me where y'all were staying. Apparently one of your friends gave him the address, but by the time I got there next morning after, well, recovering, you were unfortunately already gone.
Yeah, we were doing a little investigation. It kind of led us here, and we were kind of surprised to see you here.
You were surprised to see me here.
Well, I didn't
Here, I was
expect
starting
you
think
to
it was
be.
deliberate.
Say what?
I was thinking it was deliberate after all. Why else would you, chat up a random woman like that in a bar while apparently someone stole all my things?
Wait, what? You got robbed?
Oh yes, picked clean. Had all my stuff going in the bar, and then before I left, I noticed I was missing quite a few items.
You sure you didn't leave them in your room and your, those maids? I hear they're pretty sticky fingered.
No, my two friends here met up with me later that night. They
Oh yeah, I've seen them. They like
yes,
to.
they had an interesting story about you too.
Did they? Good things, I hope.
Uh, they said you were very boisterous, so that's promising.
Yeah, I tend to have explosive impacts on things.
Clearly, it's it's a pity you probably won't be able to repeat that trick, will you?
I mean, people have said that before, but I do kind of have a bad tendency of constantly coming back over and over and over again. Especially when people try to keep me from coming back. It's usually far easier for everyone if they just get out of my way, and nobody gets hurt that way. Nobody wants anybody to get hurt, right?
I
Well,
don't mind hurting some people here, because it seems like that's the direction we're going, unless you're here for other reasons.
I ready in action to cast Bane. I'm not casting it, but I'm
on
reading it. The three guys right in front of us.
sure, okay. Um, well, there is the violent route, but I have heard a story about a previous experience with my two compatriots that led to y'all, what was the word? Bravely, seeking other sources of income? But, perhaps we can make a deal. I'm always open to new workers, especially if they're hardworking and diligent.
I'll cut right to the chase. How much are you gonna pay us?
Well, that depends on how deep you get.
Deep we get into.
I need to know
Oh
now,
Lord.
because that could go all the way.
I look over at ears, and I'm curious. I tried to see if she's ready to use that bow of hers.
No, I'm busy laughing my ass off at you telling her that you're really good at coming over and over again and not realizing.
Oh, I get it now.
Thank God someone noticed that.
Y'all are nasty. Y'all are fucking nasty.
Well, the men with me are kept when we're not in extraneous circumstances like this well provided for.
You mean well
I
provided
can
for?
You
offer
mean the
and-
ones that couldn't even tell they were under attack?
Oh, that would be Ben and Jerry. They were.
Oh, not them. The 5 idiots in the back. who
On the
couldn't tell that their
lice
comrades-
mats. On the lice mats.
Who couldn't tell that
nonetheless.
their comrades were under attack. And then
Yes,
when we finally
well-
came for them, also couldn't tell they were under attack.
They've had some trying times, and they were not prepared for recent employment difficulties. They aren't my usual working companions per se.
Did you hear that, boys? She just called you guys her B team.
Well, I mean, she did just kind of stroll in and kill our boss. Yeah, that happened.
So, where's the A team?
The A team's taking care of some failures in what was that city's name? Hasselfoss?
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
that.
Hasselhoff.
What do you mean by failures?
Oh, there were a couple of stragglers who didn't get their duties done. So I'm just having my team clean them up.
And what do you mean by stragglers?
The ones who didn't get their jobs done.
Yeah, they're busy killing the guy we protected, you know?
You wouldn't be talking about our buddy the fire giant, would you?
No, that sweet boy. Oh no, he's adorable. We might even recruit him.
They're killing Wolf, dude.
See,
Good deal. Work for me. You'll be well rewarded. We'll say even in the jobs that you get, 75% of the loot you find. And we go about this cleanly.
Do I get to
I'll
kill
whisper. I'll whisper. Damn, that's actually pretty good.
yeah, or
I like her. We should keep her.
can you give me a moment to speak amongst my friends?
Sure. Why don't you take some privacy, go back into that cave of yours, and enjoy your dark little den.
I'm going
so-
to stand at the entrance of the cave so that I can watch them.
Yeah, we gather around the entrance of the cave. We whisper at a tone where they can't hear us, but,
Sure.
but where we can all talk. I was like, okay, the 5 idiots in front of us, we can take those guys, no problem. I'll bane them. You cut them down, ears. They probably won't even get within range before they're dead, and I bet after we carve the first one in half, the rest of them will piss themselves and run. I don't know about the tiefling. She might be a problem. I have no idea what she can do. You 2 idiots couldn't even kick the 2 sisters last time. I'm hoping you guys have beefed up your...
Well, the one idiot couldn't even go to the bathroom on his own, so we know why he couldn't kick her off. Me,
yeah,
she's
true.
much faster than me. I couldn't help that.
But do
I may
we
be
have
strong, but
money?
I'm not exactly fast.
What'd you say, babe?
I would rather just make some money.
Yeah, but
Take the money.
she takes 25% of everything we get from now on. Or we
Of the
We
work
just-
she gives us, yeah.
kill them all, take all of their shit, and then tie her up and have her tell us about this whole mob shit. And
But,
then
but then we don't have any work. She's gonna give us work.
the work will be to carve her whole gang up the whole way up.
She'll lead us to the gang, if that's the way you want to go.
I
We
love how
climb the ranks of the.
out of character. I love how before this everyone was like, "Oh, I bet we're not going to get a fight today because Aaron's going to talk us out." And now I'm the only one that's like, "Let's kill them all." And you're all like, "Well, actually."
Well, it makes more sense to infiltrate if you really want to go against them, but
Yeah, but how much bad, evil shit are we going to have to do before we can get trusted
Really matter.
and get anywhere? You're a paladin! Yes, it matters!
doesn't matter to
Away
me.
from my homeland, it doesn't matter what happens in this shitty country.
Oh my god, he's a racist paladin. That! Holy fuck. Alright, I don't care.
Nationalist, actually.
What do y'all want to do? That's a response question. Are we throwing down or are we becoming her bitch?
I'd like to see what kind of work she has to offer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep playing along until we find an opportunity to attack them.
Okay. Alright. Alright, well, seems the team's interested to hear what you have to say.
Splendid, splendid. What was your name again, my dear companion? I don't actually remember you introducing yourself.
Are you saying I'm forgetful? Or, sorry, forgettable.
No, I remember you quite well. I just don't remember you giving a name.
Aaron. Brother Aaron.
Aaron. Brother Aaron. Fascinating. A man of the cloth. Don't see many who are willing to listen. Well, that's always a convenient thing. Here's the deal. And I'll put it to you plainly. Because, you either join it or, well, we're gonna have a different discussion regardless. Me and some friends of mine have, not been contracted per se, but made an agreement to clean out this region. The nobles in this area and the political climate is, shall we say, not to our liking. And so, well, we'd like to change it. If you're willing to help, you could have a portion of the results.
So you're going to kill the nobles off?
If they're corrupt, why not?
So what if we were to say yes, what would our first target be?
Your first target is actually, back. I do need good people still in Hackelfoss and a couple of the surrounding cities. Your first target there would actually be to finish one of the jobs I believe you may have actually helped prevent accidentally. The Cogshell and his team of land merchants have paved the way for some very well guarded roads in the region. We'd like to see that stopped. And the best way to have that happen is, well, to have him removed.
So you want the merchant who hired the group to kill Wolf, whatever the fuck his face's name, killed.
Absolutely. The Wolfbiter was a bonus. one that we could take advantage of, but the seas are dangerous and not really ideal for our current state.
So you want Wolf left alone, but the other dude dealt with.
Well, if you can get Wolf as well, more the merrier.
So
We want this thrown into chaos, but
He does trust
It-
us.
If the seas are
That's
so
true.
scary, why not hire him into your fold?
it's proven resistant to working with us.
So what are we talking about money-wise for dealing with these two issues for you?
Well, you can clear out whatever they have if they have anything left. Obviously, you get 75% of that.
What are you
this
paying us that's guaranteed?
guaranteed, huh? Well, I don't have much on my person at the moment,
Because
but I can have some a generous donation left at the tavern for you once the job is done.
now keep in
We'll
mind,
say somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 gold pieces.
For the
Hang
group
on.
or for...
hang on 1 second. How much did Wolfbiter pay us?
30? 30 each?
30 each, 30 times 5.
Or was it even 30 each? I think it was just 30 total.
Yeah, I think it was total.
Let me check my notes.
90 total that we got.
Do
Yeah,
you
he gave us
still
90.
do you still have control of the guards and you can keep them out of the area?
No. The way we kept them out of the area was by drawing them to a place you've dealt with it forcefully.
Yeah, I'm quite the redecorator. Okay. Well, since we have to deal with guards, you make it 450 and you got a deal. We'll have them dead in the next 3 days.
500.
Sure.
Well, you can't.
Why not?
All right. So I mean, it's kind of awkward to.
Oh, I didn't say that loud enough for them to hear it. I just said that to us.
So you want to shake on it, boss lady?
Sure. She'll come over here.
Which one of these guys is the one I punched in the face repeatedly?
We'll say this one. He just eyes you warily.
Y'all are turning.
I'm gonna smirk. I'm gonna smirk at him as I walk by him real slowly.
He'll just glower back at you.
All right. I shake the tiefling's hand
Different.
and I say, we'll look forward to seeing you in the. How do we contact you once the job's done?
I'll be watching. I'll find you.
All right.
But I'm sure you'll see me around the bar at some point.
Sounds good. We'll see you then. And we head on our way back to.
Back to Hackelfoss?
Yeah.
I'm still staring at this guy as I walk backwards, so I can't see him anymore.
Sure.
I was waiting for her to pull you in for a nice hug and feel you up.
Hey, I mean, purple titties are titties. I'm just saying.
Brother Aaron.
What really disturbs me though is the fact that it's Lost's voice coming out of her mouth. So, it kind of hard to get into the mood with that voice. But other than that, you were about to say something, Lost.
You do notice as you pull your hand away, there is a faint mark on the back of it.
Faint mark.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hang on.
Just a small sigil.
Second. Can I do an Okay. Can I do an insight on what it is?
You're not sure. It's some glyph or symbol that's it wasn't there before the handshake. It is there now.
I don't fucking like this at all. Is there something I can do to figure out what it is?
Some form of identification or make an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Arcana check. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not trained in the more esoteric magic. You work more in miracles. You don't know.
Let's see. 1 second. Since present magic about 30 feet, if you sense magic way, you can usually actually see a faint aura around any visible object near the burst magic. Spell can generate most bears. It's not gonna tell me anything. It's just gonna detect magic. Will just tell me that it is magic. It's not gonna tell me what
It'll
it is.
tell you the school of magic that it is from.
All right. Well,
Which,
as we walk away, I cast detect magic on my hand.
sure, it is magical, and it has an essence of divination to it.
Divination. That's not a harmful magic usually, right? That's more holy and.
That is more identification and detection.
Oh, she just fucking GPS'd my ass.
We don't have a caster to take that off. We're also not fifth level, so we don't have the spell magic.
Hang on, let's see. Yeah, I don't have dispel magic, so there's nothing I can
Well,
do.
there's always the other option.
Yeah, we could chop your hand off.
I look at both of you. Yeah, and I could bane you both and skull fuck you,
That was
but
the last
that would
question,
only
but-
be fun for an afternoon.
What's the
Alright.
hold up,
So,
Aaron? You coming?
As y'all are walking off, you've got a day and a half of travel back to town.
Yep.
And then you gave her a 3-day deadline, so you'll have a day and a half in town to achieve your objective at the set rate.
That's alright. I'm planning on going right to his house. If I can just take his ass out.
But as y'all are adventuring back towards town, let's see if anything interesting happens on this first day of travel. Why don't somebody go ahead and roll me a d20?
Why not just use the encounter thing that you...
That's if you find something.
Oh,
An
Yay.
18. An 18 will do. Brother Aaron, since you rolled that lovely 18, go ahead and go to the tab that has the 3 dots and 3 lines,
No.
and click roll on the random encounter table for me. Clever girl.
ah, shit.
Alrighty. So, you were feeling fairly clever about what you've achieved, the promise of pay. You've been on the road for about 2.5 hours now when it's been fairly quiet. You haven't heard any noise or sounds that have really drawn your attention. When all of a sudden your tracking friend, Ilarion, goes, "Wait, what's that in the bushes?" As there's rustling coming out of one of the bushes, and I need everyone to
I swear to God, if it's more wolves, I'm gonna fucking
No,
kill
it looks
something.
like velociraptors.
go ahead and roll initiative.
I go before the ranger.
And that's exactly what it is. There is 5 tiny creatures standing on 2 back pointed legs.
You fuck. Oh, I just got that.
Glad
Fuck,
someone
you
got
lost.
it.
But they're not behind us, sticking their head through the bushes.
Alrighty.
What the
There
fuck kind
are-
of loadout did we start in?
Y'all were just traveling along, coming down the road. And we've got Laxmus up first. There are 5 of them.
We could see them all, right?
Yes. They did not do well on stealth. Surprisingly.
You have read the books, right? You okay? Carry on.
Cleric, bane the ones to the east. We'll take care of them from west to east.
I can bane 3 targets if I get the ones on the left.
Okay. get the ones on the left, so I'll get the ones on the right.
You might want to surround me so they can't kill me.
Well, I have a halberd, so I can still hit him.
That's correct.
Sure, go ahead and make your
I
attack.
have advantage for some reason. So it doesn't matter. I rolled a 25.
A 25 will definitely hit this tiny thing. 11 damage. This poor guy, looks like he's not the strongest of the group. You kind of managed to hit the runt, but you just sent him flying. He hits a tree and goes limp.
Well, there goes one.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Lax finally
How
got
much
to do something.
2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna pop action surge, and I'm gonna do it again.
Go for it. That'll also hit.
Aw.
You hit this one solid, leaving a large scar across its face, but it's still standing.
And I think I get one more space I can move. Yeah, I get one more space I can move, so I'm gonna back up and end my turn there.
Okay. Ears.
Well, I'm gonna shoot stuff.
Sure. You're gonna shoot.
Nothing.
Nothing,
I'm gonna shoot
unfortunately.
the ground in front of you.
Her foot.
You're like, oh, that velociraptor got wrecked. These are easy, and then you fumble with the bow. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Brother Arn is not on the turn tracker. He is a 9. Just put some there. All right, so you gonna move anywhere, Ears, or you gonna stay where you are? Sure. Putting odds in your favor.
Yeah.
Brother Aaron.
I take a step back here. I cast Bane on the left side of the map. So those 3, yep.
Sure. What's the save on Bane?
Should be 14 if I remember correctly.
Yep.
14 charisma. Oh, they're great at charisma.
Now, if this was a pack of wild corgis, we'd be in trouble. But
They're all successfully baned.
I said corgi, and Maple looked at me with sad eyes.
It's like, how dare you? Well, they are baned. You have moved. Are you done?
Let's see. Let me drop this down again. 1 second.
Oh, am I gonna get eaten alive again?
At least they're baned this time.
The one.
That's true.
Yeah, the one that I almost cleaved in half.
See, fine.
Hang on, just 1 second. I'm making sure I don't have a bonus action I can do something with.
Fair enough.
Might want to write those down for the future.
I don't have any bonus actions. There's not fucking shit I can do.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, I'm done.
Paladin.
Gonna smack this guy.
Go for it. Make it smack. Unfortunately, he now aware of y'all's aggression and threat level is nimble enough to avoid your attack.
Well, fuck.
Alrighty. You stand there?
Yep.
Cool. That'll bring us to them, because they rolled poorly on initiative. Giving y'all
In
a
their
significant
ambush.
advantage. It wasn't so much an ambush on this one.
You just draw lines to me.
I was just calculating distance.
Me.
Yes.
Well, you are the closest one, and you did run screaming at them, and you are their size.
And you didn't even hit them. I punted one into the sky and almost cleaved the other in half.
This one's gonna run up, and he and his buddy are both going to jump on you and attempt to bite and claw you.
Babe, did you clean that glass bowl yesterday from the meatballs? Okay.
You have a what AC?
17.
17. 21 minus 3 is 18. So you will take 8 piercing from the first strike.
Oh, God.
That minus 3 comes down to a 16, so that'll miss. That'll just straight miss. And that will see what the D4 does. I can type. D4. 3. That'll bring it below 17 as well. So you will take the 1-8 and the other 3 attacks will miss. The other 2 will come for the one that punted their friend.
Well, here's where he rolls 420s against me again.
That'll definitely miss. That'll also definitely miss. That will not take 4 piercing, and then additional 6 piercing. So total of 10 from you, Lax. As the first one who is baned seems to find struggle penetrating, but the second one who is unbaned seems to find his mark fairly easily.
Hey, quick question.
Quick answer.
Spell casting ability modifier is spell attack bonus, yes?
No, that would be your wisdom base number.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Cleric, you got me, or do I need to heal myself?
And base number is, for me, I have 18, and then above it I have 4.
The 4 is the modifier.
So 18 is my base.
Yeah, 18 is your actual stat. The 4 is the modifier from it that it affects with.
So if hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, it's 1d4
It'll be
plus
a D4
4?
plus 4. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. Oh, you're asking if I'm going to heal you?
Yeah, or should I use my action, sir, or my second one to get some more health?
Is it a bonus action, or are you still going to be able to fight?
It is a bonus action.
I'd probably use it because I have 1 spell left. And I can only heal you... You will heal you harder than I will heal you right now.
Nine.
9's not bad. Basically up to full.
I will look at the one that almost cleaved in half, feel bad, and
It in half.
finish it
Sure.
off. Cleave it in half.
You attempt to cleave it in half, and you cut its tail off, but it still stands, just
Ooh.
barely. Just barely. This one,
Apparently a little beefier.
No, I don't have an action surge, so I can't do anything else.
Alrighty.
Which one, babe?
The banged one by Lex.
Sure. You got minus, I don't know what's up, like 8 damage coming in on it. There's an arrow sticking out of its side. But it looks angry.
Not at me, right? Right?
You feel fairly confident that as long as Lax does its job, it shouldn't be able to get to you. Or at least you hope.
Yep.
Please run away from me.
As you realize that Lax can't actually make an opportunity attack until it leaves 10 feet of him because of his reach weapon.
Which means I cannot hit him if he tries to attack you.
So what you're saying is I should move, right? Right?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Literally just have to take a 5-foot step back.
I'm just gonna go back here. It's fine. It's totally fine. Have fun.
Now Pyro could get attacked.
That's my last spell.
You're honestly probably better off just walking up to that one on my right and smacking it.
You did 8 damage to the one on the left?
Hmm.
Okay, I cast Inflict Wounds on Jesus on the one on the left.
Okay.
It is a touch, so you walk up to it.
That's overkill.
But that's gonna hit.
Probably dead too.
Now, I am level 2, but I can't cast level 2 spells yet.
Correct.
So, it's a level 1, so submit.
Low roll, but
That was
definitely
low.
enough to rip the life force out of this creature.
What
as
do you
just
mean low
wounds
roll?
open all over its body.
You roll 3d10 on that, Pyro.
I rolled...
You rolled shit on that.
Hover over the
That's a
number.
30 damage. That's a max 30 damage spell.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah.
Hover over
That
the
is a bad
number.
roll.
Yeah.
Sorry, I read it as roll 1d10. I don't understand. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, that's a pretty bad... Okay, well, I blew it up anyway. Fuck y'all.
Yep. It is definitely dead.
I'm not dead yet.
I was gonna say you may want to move over to Pi, so that he doesn't take both attacks. Maybe.
I still
I
have... Let's see, I moved 2 squares, which is what?
10 feet. So.
I don't want to attract too much attention, but I will support Pi.
Okay, you go to encourage Pi. Pi, what are you doing?
Going to remember that I have this.
Hey, buffing yourself.
Yep.
I was gonna actually cast that on you, and then I decided to kill the thing first. So
Then I guess I'm gonna smack the guy. Try and smack him again.
Sure, go for it. That'll hit. As you bring your warhammer down on his head,
Oh God.
he is weak enough that that will kill him. As you just crush that one. That leaves us with 2 of them. And I hope I deleted the one that had the turn tracker.
way to go, GM.
I forgot which one it was, and I couldn't remember. Oh well. That's
I
my
just
own
give them all.
mistake. Because then they'd all have separate turns in initiative, and then I'd have to track all of them. That's unnecessary. Do you want to move anywhere? You're going to stay where you are.
I'm gonna get in between him and Pyro.
Sure. You go to make a imposing blockade between the two. And it comes to their turn. The one on the right, barely standing, is going to give out a series of barks, and they're both going to disengage and scatter.
Both of them are gonna get hit on their way out.
No, they disengaged.
Oh, okay.
Disengage. You can take an action and leave a room or leave my range.
And they
Now what did it sound like?
you want me to make the barks and chirps?
I just need to hear what it sounded like to make sure it's authentic. You're ruining my immersion.
There you go.
It was so quiet I barely heard it, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
But they relatively they ambush. You could try and spot them and try and pick them off, if you wanted to attempt to rush after them. But
Yeah, let's kill them.
if you want to attempt to hunt them, I'm gonna ask because of the relatively dense underbrush on either side and how small they are. That you go ahead and make me a perception check.
I mean, I'm out of fucking...
All of us, or
Anyone who wants to try and hunt them.
I just want to find the one that I punted into the air. Okay, I can't even find that one. I enjoyed combat too much. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, you go chasing off after that one, but unfortunately, the tiny size of this creature allows it to slip away from you. Ears, you do spot the other one, unfortunately, pop out into like a small clearing area. You can make a shot at it.
Oh, wow.
That'll hit. And that's just enough as all of a sudden y'all see Ears turn and just fire an arrow into the underbrush. And then there's a sound as a velociraptor is pinned to a tree.
Wait, how did that go again? How did that go again?
I'm not recreating that sound. But the one that you almost got, Lax, unfortunately lives to fight another day.
Meh.
Unless it bleeds out in the woods.
Unless
I
it
mean,
bleeds out in
if
the
I
woods
cut
or
its
something
tail
else.
off, or ripped it in half, it's probably gonna bleed out.
And so the minor velociraptors are fairly easily dealt with. You're not sure why they're velociraptors in the woods, but
Jurassic
it happens.
Park.
All right, how far into the day are we?
We're about 3 hours into today's walk.
What am I missing too?
So way too early to call it. All right,
Might as well just go as far as we can and take a break.
keep walking. Let's go.
Sure. You trek for the rest of the 8 hours that a normal day's walk makes. You're getting to the point where you would set up camp for the afternoon and kind of just take the rest of the time easy, or you can attempt to push on, potentially putting strain on your bodies. Which would you like to do?
I said we rest because
Yeah,
spells.
you used
I'm out of
everything. I
spells.
used everything.
Sure.
I used everything even though I didn't need to.
Y'all settle down for a pretty relaxed camp. Let's see if anything happens overnight. Ears, why don't you go ahead and roll a d20 for me?
I guess each one of us take a slot for watch now.
Alrighty. As y'all take your turns on watch, the night is uneventful. You do notice that when it gets almost completely pitch black, Brother Aaron, the mark on your hand goes ever so faintly with a light purple light.
Oh God, not the violet.
I'm half tempted to
Not
go
a
off
violet, but a purple.
I'm half tempted to go off into the bushes and pee on my hand.
Can I look at his hand with an Arcana check thingy majig?
Sure. You're more in tune with nature magics, but perhaps you can identify something. A 17. Yeah, unfortunately, you are not trained in the esoterics needed to decipher whatever this is. You are fairly confident that it is designed to be some form of marker, but for what you're not sure.
Whole bag's tracking
You
me.
lost.
Fuck you, lost. Nice.
You have the mind for this. You don't actually have the mind for this.
I know, right?
She had better odds, but
Rolls a fucking 17. We're just fucking with you, lost. It's fine. It's fine.
Right, I guess it's morning now, so we're gonna keep walking.
yes,
I'm gonna
it
redo my
is.
points.
Yeah, go ahead and reset everything. You are healed to full if you are not already. The day is yours, and you have about a 4-hour trek ahead of you before you make the town gates.
Let's go.
Are we going right to Cogshell, or I'm just gonna go in and axe him if no one's around?
It depends on the time of day. I'd like to hit him at night.
You'll
So,
hit town around noon, so
if we can hit town around noon, maybe we can find a mage to take a look at this fucking mark on my hand.
possible.
How do we want to handle the bonus of Wolfbiter?
Same thing. We'll kill his neighbor and then we'll walk across the street and then we'll talk to him. And if he can outbid her, We'll let him live.
I like it.
If he can't, then oh, let me rephrase. If he can outbid her, he can live and leave town. If he can't, then well, stabby stab.
I mean, she said that it was a bonus to kill him.
Wolf Biter
The
is
other
probably
one, we still get like 400 gold.
So we could even just tell him to give us like 100, but he has to get out of town.
No, because then we're tricking her, and then that could come back to bite us.
But we're not tricking her. We just tell her we didn't kill him.
She told us it's a bonus
True.
to get him to stop what
True.
he's doing.
True. Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't
All right.
want to
We'll see once we get there.
Now, that can still come back and bite us in the ass, but
I mean, we could just take his money and then kill him right after.
Wow, you're ruthless.
there's
complete
options.
the house.
You're ruthless.
I personally would prefer not to kill him, but we'll see after we deal with Cockshell.
We just burn the town.
The paladin wants to kill the entire town.
Are you trying to go for an Oathbreaker? Because I have a feeling he's gonna make his oath, and then the next session he's gonna break it.
You do know a paladin is like a good guy, right? Somebody explain this to you. He's over there.
There's
like,
also a bad guy option. Your point?
he's over there like
lost,
skinning the orphans. What?
What's the minuscule amount of XP we got from that?
5 velociraptors.
Plus the events last weekend.
Yeah. I'll have to calculate. I'll have to decide how I want to give XP for the side change, because giving the fight XP again when you didn't fight them.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll get back to you on XP after the session on that one.
Sounds good. All right. To
That's
town we
what I
go.
want to
Yeah. Pi, see if you're unlucky enough to draw attention as you make the other 4 hours back to town.
tell you. D20.
Oh
no.
God.
The walk is uneventful.
What? Okay.
Oh, are you doing it the other way around? Where?
Yeah, it's high end.
Okay.
The 18 triggered it. You think a 4 is going to?
I didn't realize that.
If it was 18 to 4, that would just be merciless. We're not in that dangerous of territory at the moment.
But just only outside of town.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like the way you said that, but okay.
But you've successfully made it back to town. There is a smoking ruin, and a rather large circle of ash in the surrounding area. To give you an idea of how much is ashified. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where's my...
Terry burned down the fucking city. Perfect.
About this whole area
Nice.
is smoldering ruin.
Nice.
Good job, Terry.
All right. So since we're early, I'd like to see if we can find a mage in town that can ID this thing on my arm.
Do we want to split up? You two go to the find a mage. Pi and I'll go to the bar and see if we can find any more jobs.
I think we've probably got enough jobs for today. Personally,
All right.
if you want to
I'll follow
go
you then.
recon the house, you could do that.
Yeah. Do we want to? Here, you guys go to the. You guys go search for a mage. We'll recon the house, and we'll meet in front of wolf fighters.
See if you can bribe some guards to
Get the
be a
fuck
bit
out.
busy tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the plan. The two of them are gonna go find some sort of mage to figure that out, and then I guess myself and maybe Tacklin, if he wants to, we're gonna go investigate the noble district
Sure.
Let's keep the
with
party.
the idea that we're gonna meet back in front of the wolf blighters when we're done.
Sure. Sounds good. We'll start with the mages, as Brother Aaron and Ears go looking for someone to identify this weird mark on the back of your hand. Go ahead and make me either a persuasion or investigation check as
Check
y'all
one
are
sec.
asking around town.
1 sec. Investigation for me is -2. Persuasion, I have some to persuasion, but not a lot.
Yours is all right, a 13 and a 14. As brother Aaron actually is asking nicely around, and Ears is just kind of quizzing people and looking around the area. But I'll say it takes you about an hour of interacting around town before you find out that there is two real sources of mages in town that you can interact with. There is a small shop down on the southern side, or you can attempt to interact with the lord of the area. He has a personal mage.
Let's try the small shop first. We'll do the lord in the area on the way out, because that could lead to a fight if he won't, and I don't want to do a horse split. So where's the mage house?
Just down on the south side. As you're walking through town, the town criers are no longer crying about lost sheep, thank goodness. But you hear cries of Oathbreakers in the guard, find out what the Lord's doing about the recent betrayals.
Oh fuck.
Psychotics running loose around the area. Curfew installed at night for recent bombings.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's actually a problem.
Yep.
Fire giants sighted in the hills. All able men requested to inscript to deal with the problem.
Oh, we're
Oh,
gonna have to
no.
go fucking kill the lord too. I hope the purple lady doesn't mind.
Or we could just tell Terry to get lost.
Fuck that, dude. Terry's our buddy.
But
All right, have we arrived at the maid shop now?
by the end of that, you've arrived at the Maid Shop. It is a small one-story building, covered in various drapes of silk. No sign on it, but everyone you ask assures you this is the only mage in town not in the purview of the Lord. As you enter, the place is heavily coated in various instances. It's almost a nauseating presence as you walk in the door. But there are various items hung on the wall. There's a set of armor, a couple of weapons, various rings displayed in a beautiful case in the middle of the room, a couple necklaces beside it. And then behind the counter, there is a young woman, human in appearance, dressed in a robe of deep blue.
Afternoon. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Well, that depends. See, I had a run-in with a tiefling, and she touched my hand, and now I got this. And I show her my hand.
A little confused up until that last moment of where is this going? My, that is an interesting mark. Come closer and let me well, if you have the coin, see what I can tell you about it.
It depends on how much you charge. We probably have the coin.
A modest fee of 10 gold pieces for this.
Modest. Good lord, woman. Does it come with like a weekend event and a party and ale?
No, but magic has a cost. And curious magics like this are often not the most easy to identify. You are specifically asking for services of a mage, obviously.
True, but it's also a divination spell, and I've already done half the work for you. So why don't we say 6 gold pieces and not get too expensive here?
Well, for 6, I can tell you what it does, but I may miss a few details. 10 will get you everything. And
1
it's
second.
don't take this as me charging a deal that I'm just raising a price on a spell. I'm actually being fairly fair. There is a guild for those of us who do this kind of thing. There is rules and requirements when we cast spells of this type. There are set prices. It's not something that I am free to negotiate within the bounds of my own contracts.
I so want to intimidate her and then throw her around this office and then force her to tell
I
me.
might like that.
That's
Wow.
true, that's true.
To seduce, intimidatingly.
Well, she's a mage, so my thaumaturgy is not going to go very far. Because she's probably going to be like, oh, that's a cool trick. Let me show you a cool trick. And then light me on fire.
I politely suggest to her that we start with 6 gold, and if you choose to want to know more, we can go from there.
I lay the 6 gold pieces on the table, and then I put 4 pieces in my hand and tell her to start talking.
Well, let me see what I can do. Hold out your hand, please. And she will reach into a bag on her side and pull out this very nice pearl. And she begins to just wave her hands around as it begins to just float in the air before this like thin trail of gray energy comes out and caresses around your hand. And she's like, "My, this is a curious enchantment. It is, as you said, very much a divination. It is a best way I can put it, a quite literal beacon per se to the one who put it on you. I'm not sure what the range on it is, but if they're within a certain distance of you, they will know your exact location.
Can I transfer it to something? Maybe like an object?
You could try.
Let
Are
me
you trained?
rephrase. Can you move it to an object?
You want me to do it without notifying?
Correct. I want her to think it's still on my hand.
I can try. I cannot make a guarantee on this one, as you are asking me to bend a fairly rigid magic.
What do you think your chances of success are?
I'd say somewhere around 70-30.
What do you think, yours?
I don't know if you want to piss her off.
Be really cool to see the look on her face, though, when I spend that coin in the bar, and then she comes into the bar, and then we surprise what the fucker from behind. Might impress her a little bit.
So you're trying to impress the purple lady now?
I mean, it might get us more money.
Sure. That's what it's about.
So what do you think? Do we try it or no?
It's your hand that's gonna fall off, not mine.
So I throw her the 4 pieces that I owed her, and I ask how much would it cost to move it.
This would probably consume the materials that I need. see, I need some of that and a little bit of ashes of that. Oh, we'd say probably a roundabout 50 gold pieces.
Hope you have enough.
All right, we'll let you know if we change our mind. Thank you. I appreciate your
Certainly.
time.
Have a good one.
50 gold for a 70-30 is not worth it. All right, let's head over and meet the guys. Where did we say we're meeting them at?
Yeah, you're gonna head back. Apparently, you're meeting them near Wolf Biters, but we're gonna flip over to them as you do this.
Okay.
Maximus and Tacklin, what do y'all want to do? As you've got about an hour to scout this out.
Well, for now, we're just gonna walk here. Walk from where his token is to here and just watch and look, see what we find.
Sure. There
See.
is a heavy guard patrol at this point. You spot like if you do a 180 looking up and down the street in the Noble District, there are now somewhere probably in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 guards at any one point in time. There are multiple patrols moving. There is a noticeable guard presence in the city now, as they are almost sweeping for any signs of suspicion.
All right. Well, I guess with that knowledge, what does it look like at both Wolfbiter and Cogshell's house, respectively?
Sure. Wolfbiter's house looks relatively normal. There are have been several guards posted at his house. Seemingly, he's managed to garner a meeting and gain several guard locations. You see at the front entrance probably 4 guards just hanging out on the front porch. Cogshells, as if you can remember correctly, actually had his wife lost in the event last time.
Right. So he's probably got an insane amount.
His house is not just guarded, it's fortified. There is now the glass paned windows have now been boarded up. The doors seem reinforced. As you glance past as you're walking by, the back gate has seemingly in the past couple of days been bricked over. It's been just replaced with more bricks.
In 2 days?
Not a lot of bricks to replace a door. You're not sure how sturdy it is, but it's been done. And money certainly talks.
We've also been gone for, I think, 5 days at this point now.
Fair enough.
The house has gone from open-aired, happy manor to gloomy fortress.
This is going
All
to
right.
suck.
Well, with that, I'm gonna, I guess on the return, come back to Wolfbiters and walk up to the guards and say, "Hey, is Wolfbiter available to speak to?"
Master Wolfbiter is in a meeting at the moment. He is currently not seeing any guests.
Do you know when he'd be free?
Perhaps this evening, a little before dinner, I believe. He told us that he will welcome visitors to the door. Until that time, we can't allow anyone to it.
Well, I guess we'll wait here then.
Are we walking up about this time?
We'll say sure. For the entrance of time.
I
Unless
asked-
Talkman wants to do
As
anything.
I see him, I'll relay all that information to them. Oh, I'll step away from those guards and I'll let him know everything. I mean, he could see the guard presence, but I'll let him know everything else.
I take a couple steps towards the guard and say, "Hey, I noticed there's a distinct increase in the guard presence in this part of town. Just curious, who's responsible for that?"
That would be on the Lord's orders, my good sir.
Did he say
After
Lord
the-
Utters?
Lord's orders.
Oh, okay. We were milking the Lord last night, and it just came to us.
Just sounds
He has
wrong.
been instructed after the assault on Cogshell's manor and the attempted assassination of Wolfbiter, having learned of the fact afterwards. He has ordered that the guard presence be heavily increased, and while Wolfbiter and Cogshell have both accused each other of the attempt, they are both being kept careful eye on so that no untoward messages can be communicated.
How long till night?
About until dusk, until it's like 2 in the afternoon now.
Okay.
After all the walking around and exploring.
All right. So I grab away from people over and get away from the guards, and I make sure we're not being spied on or eavesdropped on, and by standing
You
in
want
the
to duck
middle of
into
a...
an alleyway or just kind of be casually off to the side?
No, I want to stand in like an open field where no one's around us for like 20 feet. And
Sure. You find an area where you're fairly confident that there's no one around as you do a glance. You don't see anyone hiding in the grass, so...
all right, so I think what we need to do is we need to go to the... there's too many guards. We got to get the guards off here. So we have two options. We can either force them away, or we can try and bribe our way out. Now, we're going to make, what, 500 gold, or 450 gold for this? Did we pull it off?
Probably gonna want the bribe up front, though.
That's fine. That's fine. Ears, how much money do you have on you? Enough. She won't fucking tell me how much money she has. All right, I got 46 gold. So I say we go to the Lord, or not the Lord, the... I mean, we could go to the Lord, technically, because the Lord's also another part of our problem. And we could try and intimidate the Lord and make him our bitch. If we can make the Lord our bitch, Purple Mama's going to like us even more.
I hate to say it, with the guard presence, I doubt we're even going to be able to see that Lord.
Chances of me using my noble status to be able to see the Lord.
Your noble, fucking evil, dark status.
It's possible. You're not sure. It would depend on how much the Lord of the city cares, but about a visiting nation's noble, you'd think he would probably give you some credence, but he'd find it odd that you slipped into the city unannounced, per se, if that makes sense.
And what if we were to relay we knew some info about said fire giant, said exploding farmhouse, and the people behind the murders?
I'm sure there is some form of interest in a reward or communication to find out that information, but you'd have to ask around about what that is. It's possible that could get you in the door.
So then the question comes in. We have a couple options. We can go and try and either bribe and or intimidate the guard or the Lord. The problem is if that goes bad, there's no way we're fighting our way out of there. I mean, like...
I got another idea.
We could go for the guard captain.
Yep.
And try it from that route, which would probably be easier to pull off. We would just have to be careful because, again, with all the guards, that could really go bad fast.
There's another option.
What?
I see. A third option. I don't like it at all.
What's the third option?
We get our friend to siege the city.
Well, we don't necessarily have to get
We
into siege of the
sacrifice-
city.
We sacrifice him and slip into the Cockshell and Wolfbiter.
And throw some stones at the houses from over the wall.
I mean, alternatively, I can use thaumaturgy to shout before we engage to drag all of the soldiers to the other side of town. But I don't know how long that would give us. I mean, it might give us enough time to take him out if we go in fucking hard. But we'd have to go in hard. And then at that point...
I mean, you a weak bitch.
I'm
All also
sorry.
depends.
How
You
many
probably have
arrows
personal
have you
cards.
managed to successfully deploy recently? Two. Out of what? 8?
Shot.
3. Yeah.
What do y'all want to do?
Can I shoot him?
I say
Technically, you can try.
You don't want to start this. You don't want
I
to start
think
this.
we go talk to the guard captain, and then maybe spend the night at the inn. Is
Ooh.
this an inn right here?
No, that is a marketplace.
I can probably work with the guard captain because between command and a few, I can just tell him, yeah, this will work. Because I think Law said he was going to give me a little bit more leeway with command. And
Dumb.
Well, we also want to be careful of that because if it doesn't work, he'll know you did it.
well, yeah, but then it's his word against ours, and we're out of here.
Yeah, do you really think they're gonna take our word?
Dude, we're going to fucking murder everybody tonight, okay? We're done in this town after tonight.
Well, at that point, just burn the city.
It's a lot harder to burn the whole fucking city down. We want to get these two people.
We have a fire mage up in the mountains.
Why don't we just get him to like throw a couple rocks outside near the farms, and then say we know where he is, and then they'll send all the guards over to him.
Because then that's going to kill our buddy.
We can
And-
say he's somewhere he isn't. We don't have to say where he actually
Yeah,
is.
but it's still going to ruin his relationship with the town.
And
And then
us.
he can just come with us.
I don't think we can do that. I don't think we
Also,
have a pet fire giant.
what's to say the guards here don't leave? Because something tells me they're under strict orders to stay here no matter what.
Let's try the Lord. Let's see where we get from there.
By the Lord, we're not the captain.
That's what I meant. The Lord of the Guard, the captain.
All right, we're going to the captain.
All right, let's see
Sure.
the captain.
Alrighty, you head back to the guardhouse. It is a much more serious air of the men going about the business. You don't see anyone just lounging around off duty anymore. There are various scribes rushing back and forth with papers. There are sergeants barking orders to various troops. It has gone from casual calm city to almost a wartime status. But you are recognized as having been part of the assistance in earlier endeavors. And so while you are watched carefully as the chaos started kind of around the time y'all started making a name for yourself, you were allowed in.
Before we got in, I would have made it a point that we could also throw the tiefling under the bus, let them know what's happening.
Yeah, but I do want to point out with my...
450 gold.
I also want to point out my hand. It's possible that it's not just a beacon that she can hear. We got to be very careful.
That's easily solved in the long run.
Well, yeah, 50 gold, and I can get it moved to a gold piece, and I can spend it at the bar we're going to go to, and then she won't know. And then you don't have to chop my hand off, so I can still wingle my spouse.
If she just cut the hand off to do it anyway.
We were let in, so we're gonna go to the. Well, we're gonna see if we can go talk to the guard captain if he's available.
They're like, right. Give us about 5 minutes and they should be available.
Cool.
Do we know that he's the weirdo who claimed that he killed the screaming dwarf before?
Who claimed that someone killed the dwarf?
Apparently, like,
Oh,
walked into the city and said that he killed a dwarf.
Yeah, there's
did they kill us?
there, as y'all are sitting here, there is a very careful eye being kept on your presence. You are not just being left leisurely.
That's fine. How many guards are around us?
Just moving around the area.
No, like, how many
somewhere-
people are watching us, like, intently?
There are 2 guards actively keeping an eye on you, and then there are a good dozen people moving through the hallways as you're waiting.
Jesus. Okay.
Point is, doing something here is
Dumb.
Folly.
Yep.
But after a few minutes, you are allowed back into the guard captain's quarters, and you can see just mounds of paperwork on the desk that is fiercely being written away at. Can I help y'all?
You want me to do talking, or you want to do talking, Lax?
I'm trying to think of what I want to say. You may want to just do it.
Hey, boss man, how's it going?
Pretty shitty. How about you?
Yeah, I can tell. There seems to be some confusion going around. I'd like to clear some of the stuff up and maybe make your life a little bit easier.
I'm happy for some good news. What do you got for me?
All right, so you know the little explosion y'all had up in the farmhouse to the north up there?
Some guards said they saw a young fire giant throwing boulders.
Yes, there was a young fire giant throwing boulders. The reason why fire giants are buddy. There was a den of iniquity you guys had going on up there with illegal fights going on. You remember we came through here and we kind of unwound a nasty little plot where some of your nobles were going to be murdered. We stopped the murders, but there were no guards, and we came by and asked about that. I don't know if you remember that. Well,
I remember. I remember you coming in, 5 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that?
yeah, something like that. The guards were being distracted by the owners of this group and were being used, not necessarily for nefarious reasons, but they're being enticed with money to partake in some of the fights, and they legitimately didn't think they were doing any harm, but the bigger powers that be were using that to more or less make sure that the nobles were left open to be whacked. And we stopped that, and we've stopped the den, so that there won't be a problem anymore. And as for the fire giant, and you probably heard about the sheep that have been going missing.
I've heard of that. As a minor note, did you stop the guards as well?
Yes, we've made sure that that will no longer be an issue. People will be staying at their posts for sure.
Right. Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Now we've had a conversation with the farmers on the left side or the western side of town. They were having issues with their sheep getting missed. By the way, that dude on the southwest side of town, you might want to keep an eye on him. He definitely shouldn't get anywhere near children, or sheep, really, for that matter. But anyways,
or anyone really.
we managed to work out a deal. The fire giant there, believe it or not, he's just a young fire giant. He doesn't mean any harm, and it was just some miscommunications between him and the farmers. We've worked it out now where he'll be helping the farmers with some of the more menial tasks like moving boulders and rebuilding fences, and they've got their sheep back. The issues have been resolved financially between them, and everybody's happy. So the fire giant's not going to attack town or be a problem for town. If anything, he's going to be an asset. The sheeps aren't going to be a problem anymore. And then as for the nefarious group, we've taken out their hold on the north side of the city. So I think we've done pretty well now, looking at it when you put it all together like that.
Right. But you, see, that would be all fine and good. You've done a lot of good, seemingly, with that. But, I appreciated you admitting to taking care of the guards as well. Just trying to figure out how that one was done. Because, it's kind of bold of you to just walk in here like that, don't you think?
And tell
Even if the men were stupid, after slaughtering them and their wives.
I'm sorry, say again? We didn't slaughter anybody and anybody's wives. We blew up the place they were going to and told them to stay at their posts. That was the essence of what we did. You're saying all of the guards got slaughtered?
To go, 4 guards found throat slit. Wives and a couple of children with them.
Yeah, we got a bigger problem then.
Out of character, I really want to fucking.
You want to what?
I want to throw this tiefling bitch under the bus. I really think it's the only way we're getting out of this.
All right. So, is there a way for me to check how malleable someone is to financial influences or
Make
things?
an insight check.
All right, one sec. No, I can actually do insight.
The guard here is the captain. He is known, and he is in this position because he can be trusted with this position. You are fairly confident that this is a man of law and order and not one likely to be bought and swayed.
Yeah, but there's
Besides
a
the four of
difference.
us,
There's a difference
How many
between.
people are in the room with us right now, besides the four of us?
There is him and two others standing guard.
How badass are the guards looking?
That
They-
doesn't matter. They're
The
gonna
other two
get
look like
others.
normal guards, but he is dressed more finely.
Okay. So, all right, I'm just gonna fucking lay it out to him, and then we'll go from there.
Sure.
See, the problem that you're running into here, buddy, is your town has attracted the eye of a larger criminal organization.
No.
Now, they have their eyes set on this town. And the reason these people have their eye on your town is because some of your nobles got a little too big for their britches and thought hiring them would be a good idea. And then now this group decided that it's a little bit easier to just get rid of these guys and take over than it is to deal with them. And we didn't realize, so to speak, how deep the rabbit hole went until recently. And we're currently trying to walk the fine line between getting a lot of people killed and maintaining law and order, if you get my understanding.
You're being mercenaries. Ever since.
I mean, there's mercenaries and then there's mercenaries. There's mercenaries like us, where we do our best
You're
to...
mercenaries with a conscience. It's a good thing.
Yeah, we're not slitting children's throats and their wives and things along those lines. The problem...
Good.
The problem that you've got is you've still got a stinky noble in your midst. And
Do you
this...
have proof
show
of this
him.
claim?
Say what?
Do you have proof of this claim?
Who's got the?
Okay, everybody's talking at once. Say what?
We have notes, the two notes.
I have some correspondence between them. And I show him the notes. I was like,
Sure.
the issue is this guy wanted to take over kind of, and I mean, that's a noble thing. Everybody's going to, hem and haw. And he didn't realize exactly what he was getting into, but he worked with the wrong people. And at this point, he's a loose end. And he's a loose end that's going to be tied up. Now, how this loose end gets tied up kind of depends on where your town wants to end up in the end of this. We can have this set up to where the loose end is tied up quickly and neatly, and then with the exception of the issues with the guards, your town's now left alone. Or it can be coming you guys can, so to speak, make this the hill you die on, where you try to defend a corrupt guy. We're not quite sure what the easiest way to get you guys out of this, but we've done about as much as we can without drawing blood, and at this point, it's kind of out of our hands, if you get my drift.
I get your drift.
So this noble has already tried to kill Wolfbiter. We stopped that. And then they tried to clean him up. Unbeknownst to us, we stopped that. Oops. And now we kind of have to make that right, or somebody else is going to come in and make it right. And we don't want to make this a nasty big stink, But I don't really know any other way to go about it. And these guys are scary people. And they have
They have the knowledge to make what they want happen.
Yeah. The nice way of saying it is this dude's going to die whether he dies tonight or he dies next week. The question just is how many of your townspeople are going to die in the middle of it, and how many guardsmen are going to die in the middle of it. And we honestly don't want to be here at this point. And then I hold my hand up so he can see the little symbol on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't necessarily have a choice on our end, as we're bound to do this as we kind of get deeper into that. Our goal is to kind of figure out the depth to where this cancer goes and then maybe deal with it, but we can't do that until we do this.
Right. That's a sticky mess you've brought before me. As a measure of caution, and understand that I'd like to believe you. You seem earnest and honest in what you're saying. I'd like to believe you, and I need to use these notes and compare them to some unusual writings we found around town. See if everything matches up and this isn't just a forgery, a very good forgery that you've attempted to pull one over on me to get a free kill on a noble on your hands.
I completely understand, sir.
To that regard, for your own, shall we say, protection, I'm going to ask you to spend the night here. Not in a cell, but in rooms provided and watched over to verify that as we do this work in confirmation that you aren't running around causing any of the chaos that could potentially occur.
Will that come with bed and breakfast?
Food can be provided, and yes, there will be beds.
I look to the rest of the party for approvals, and if I don't get any, or I do, I'm going to say I think that's a fair statement.
That's as long as we're not under lock and key, that's fine. I mean, I understand you got to do your due diligence.
You'll be shut in, but it's not an arrest. It's more of just a confirmation process, if that makes sense.
I do want to let you know that we do have a time limit on this.
How long?
You're given 3 days, a day and a half ago.
So
Or I guess at
tonight,
this point, 2 days ago.
you can do your research tonight, but this has to happen tomorrow or it's out of our hands and somebody else will take care of it. And they will be far less generous
And
than
somebody
us.
else as well.
Good to know. I will have my men work quickly.
All right.
Please. Have a quiet night. Have a calm night. And hopefully in the morning we'll have a plan of action.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Y'all are led to 4 rooms, and each asked to enter one.
Oh, they're
the night.
separating us?
Oh
They are
god.
separating you.
I don't like that. Do we want to try and persuade them to let us go at least 2 to 2?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think there's any chance of that one.
And they did say they're not locking us in. That means I can get us out with thaumaturgy.
We also don't know. They might still lock us up.
I don't like this. But I don't know if
Well,
we
I
have
mean,
much.
we have no choice now. We're kind of locked into this at this point.
All right. Fair enough.
Can we forego a full night's sleep?
What do you mean forego?
You can choose not to sleep for the night.
Have a broken sleep, like take 2 hours now and then stay up, or something like that.
Oh,
It
I
is
see what
possible.
you're saying, because we can't
Oh.
do watch and make sure they don't jump.
You have to watch for yourself, but you
You-
still want
you-
you still want to get some sleep, but you're gonna have to watch for yourself.
I mean, there's
Yeah, you-
probably easier ways to do that, like by just putting a piece of armor up against the door so it makes a lot of noise if they open the door.
You unfortunately can't spend more than an hour in the long rest time doing things besides, or 2 hours, sorry, unless you're the elf who only needs 4 hours and 4 hours besides sleeping. So you can only have those 2 hours of quote unquote watch.
Can I ready command and then take a nap? Or
Unfortunately, no. You have to, while you're readying the cast, while you ready a spell, you're actually basically casting it and holding it. And so you're
Yeah, I figured as
concentrating on it,
much.
and so it gets dissipated
All right.
if you don't immediately cast it.
Say what?
Because I can do half of it.
No, wait, they're splitting us up.
Um,
One person per room. So we can't really...
The
mean,
best we'll be able to get is
I can probably persuade them that me and you have to stay together. But that would be about the extent.
okay.
Do you want me?
the only thing we'll be able to do is all three of us stay up for the first 2 hours. The three of us go to bed, and then Ears will have to wake up at the late watch, and just hope to God nothing happens that first 2 hours or that middle 2 hours.
Did you want me to try and persuade them to keep me and you together?
I don't care who's together.
Do the
I have
room?
more sleep than anyone.
Do the rooms look like cells or like proper rooms?
No, they look like if you were to give, like, they look like guest rooms. They have a simple bed and a dresser and like a nightstand. They're not ornate by any means, but they are well maintained rooms.
I tried to do a persuasion to talk them into me and Ears sticking together, because she gets antsy when cooped up indoors, and I can keep her calm. Oh, fuck.
No,
me.
you won't.
I'm sorry, sir, but on the captain's orders, there needs to be complete separation between the four of you tonight, especially because we did have reports of there being a fifth member amongst your party.
Fucking Morgan. All right, fine, fuck it.
Alrighty.
I reach out and snap the guard's neck and then throw my mace. No, that's fine. Let's go to bed.
You sure you don't wanna?
No,
I walk
not
in before she hits the fan.
not with 12,000 guards up here all of a sudden in
As
Podunk Town.
I'm walking into my room, I'll mutter, in Draconic, so no one can hear me. Stupid fucking dragon ate our bird. It's coming back to bite us in the ass. As I shut my door.
Alrighty. You shut your door.
I'm assuming
Tackling.
absolutely no one there understands Draconic.
None of the people immediately at the door reacted. Tackling, do you go into your room and shut the door? Alright. Ears into your room and shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
And Brother Aaron into his. Door shut.
I'm gonna spend the first 2 hours awake and investigating the room, making sure there's nothing wrong.
It's you realize it's gonna be a long time. It's only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh,
You're in for a good 15 hours, probably, in these rooms of quiet, single person isolation.
I throw myself on the bed and enjoy a good long rest.
oh wait, we
You,
could just take it now. Yeah. Could we take an 8-hour rest now?
Sure. You can just pass out now and basically wake up at 11 p.m. And
Okay, Laxness is gonna curl up on the bed in like a cat and take a power nap. For
Alrighty. Maximus curls up on his bed and takes a power nap. Ears, what are you doing?
I will also take a nap, but elf, so shorter than his.
Sure, you slip into a trance and dream of memories long past. I'm sorry I didn't actually expect y'all to go this direction.
Expect everything.
There are only so many maps I could prepare, okay? I had quite a few maps prepared, but not this one.
Can I request some booze from the guards?
One of them's like, "Oh, I'll see what I can do." And it's a couple of hours before another guard will come in, carry the business. Like, right, Captain said we could give it to you if you're willing to have a little bit of a chat.
Oh.
Nothing bad, just, a chat.
Alone or with the group?
It's just him at the moment.
I don't like this.
Yeah,
We noticed your crest. The captain was curious how a noble of one of the other nations came to be in the midst of all this business, and so we just want to have a discussion.
okay.
Great.
I hate so much for this.
Look, man.
That's why you should have been proactive and make your own backstory. Now you get to come up with it on the spot.
It's not that. It's the fact that I'm just not good at talking like this.
No, it's not a long conversation by any means, but it's a more of a clarification of why a noble son bearing the crest of his family didn't come announced to the city. Why did you come? Basically, they're going, why did you slip in? Why are you in our city when all this chaos is happening, this noble from another nation deliberately unannounced?
Because I didn't want to be announced.
Why?
Well, I'm not the direct heir, so kind of tired of hearing it all.
So you're just trying to avoid attention.
Yeah, basically. Avoid the attention, finish my aunt's holy quest.
You've
And that'd
done
be
a
about it.
pretty poor job of avoiding attention. I'll be honest.
Said I was good.
Fair enough. But all right. Do your family know where you are?
I hope so. They at least know I'm in the country.
Right.
I haven't exactly written to them recently.
Okay. Well, the Lord was informed of your presence, and if you're willing to attend him for dinner this evening.
Why the fuck does he get dinner?
Because he's a noble. He ain't some petty thief like you.
We started with pie. There could be other events. Two of you
Yeah.
are currently sleeping.
I'll attend the this dinner.
Wonderful. We'll let him know. Do you have nicer clothes with you, or will you be coming in that? Just so he's aware of what to expect.
I don't think I brought fancy.
Noble clothes.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to interact with the nobles.
Does your origin give you it that you picked? Your
As a
background?
noble, you should have started with noble clothes, I think.
Didn't say I started with them.
Yeah, you started with a set of fine clothes.
So I guess I have some fine clothes.
Sure.
In my
Yeah.
backpack.
So you pull out your finer dress set and prepare for an evening's meal with the noble. That'll be later this evening, so we'll come back to that. Just as you're coming out of your trance, though, ears. There is a note that's been slipped into your door while you were trancing.
I guess I'll go grab it and take a look.
Sure. It is from a, shall we say, someone who identifies themselves as a friend. And not so much in a being nice, but in a we've been watching what's been going on around the city lately. And we're curious about your group's interesting actions here and there. We noticed your fondness for coin. We'd like to have a meeting with your group, and if you can arrange it, we'll provide you with a modest sum for ensuring that the rest come to the meeting. There is a campsite. There is like a directions to seemingly a little ways off the main road into the woods. About half a day's from here, travel. There is a decent camp of us. And we'll be more than happy to put you up for the night and share a meal as long as you're willing to talk with us and you bring the others with you.
I guess I'll pocket this note for now.
Alrighty.
Hungry.
What do you do? What do you want?
No, I mean in the game. Like,
You request food, and food is brought to you. It is basically a standard fare that you get at an inn or tavern. Looks like they may have just sent a runner and got some for you.
is there any cheese?
No cheese in this meal. That is not part of it. It's basically like a broth with various meats and vegetables in it, and then some bread and a mug of ale.
But I want cheese.
We could send someone to get you cheese. If you have the coin, that's not part of the staple that we were told to provide you, madam.
I toss him a gold coin and thank him.
Right. I'll send someone to get you some cheese. Did you have a preference? Do you want me to spend all of this on cheese, or just like
You can keep half for yourself and get me variety.
right a variety of cheese? Let me just get someone to cover my post, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
The guy will leave. Not but 30 minutes later, he will come back with just a ridiculous platter of cheese. It's like you're not even sure you could fit this much cheese in your backpack if you wanted to. Kind of cheese. It is 5 silvers just worth of cheese is a lot of cheese. And it is provided to you on a platter, and You may have your cheese fest.
Thank you. Just gonna go eat a shit ton of cheese now. Chris does not look very amused.
For the other two, your sleep is nice. You sleep well. You sleep soundly. When you make up, they are willing to provide you a late meal. But in the midst of all this, partway through the night, you all hear several footsteps come, like armored footsteps come. You hear Toklin's door opened, and then several footsteps retreating. Toklin, you are currently going to your dinner. The rest of you don't know what's happening. You just can hear the footsteps out in the hallway.
The fuck's going on?
Going to a party.
Can I hear him, or can he hear me?
You shout through the door, and he shouts back.
I guess I shout back, well, thanks for the invite, and I go back to eating my late meal.
Actually, no. Right now, you're still asleep.
Oh, never
this
mind.
Is about
I didn't
8 p.m.
yell.
Yeah. So this would just be Ears hears them, like, come clang the door. Just she's eating her cheese, and then leaves. Tacklin, you are taken to the Lord's castle, led through several halls of extravagance, like flash, not subtle or confident extravagance, flashy extravagance.
Oh.
This man or woman, you haven't met him yet, assuming man with lore, is making a statement with every part of this building. You are led into a large dining hall, and there is a rather rotund figure dressed in various red and purple fabrics with several chains hanging around his neck. And he's like, well, welcome. Please sit and join me for dinner. Please join me.
They join him.
Wonderful. I'm pleased to have a member of your noble family coming to visit. We don't often get visitors from the surrounding countries, being on the coast as we are. Normally they go up north to the capital. But please, what brings you so far from Fiola Hill? What brings you here?
My quest.
Oh, what kind of quest? Is it exciting?
One that you will never hear of.
Oh, come now. Surely you can regale me with a story or two.
Oh.
You're terrible at this.
Uh-huh. I am willing to admit that.
Just make something badass up.
Do you want to just say you regaled him with tales? Do you want them to be
Sure.
excitingly regaled or reluctantly regaled?
Reluctant.
Okay, you reluctantly tell him a couple of stories. He listens avidly. He's like, and he eats like a pig, by the way, as he's just stuffing like pastries in his mouth, and it is everything you disliked about a nobleman's meal when you left.
Human, dwarf, what is he?
He's human. You hope. He is obese beyond, like, almost to the point of no longer being like recognizable as a human kind of thing. He is
I'm feeling attacked.
like you don't even come close in this moment.
650
Kinda.
pounds of solid fat.
I feel nice and skinny then.
Yeah, this guy is like you're pretty sure he has enough fat where you'd have to weigh him down with about 400 pounds of rocks to maybe get him to sink. It's not pleasant. But and he seems to think that he doesn't have to use, or at least you hope that's what is happening, that he doesn't have to use his courtly manners around you.
I'm disgusted by this sight.
That would be an accurate reaction. But he begins to tell you of the difficulties, quote unquote, he's been having in that the in recent days there's been such an uptick of unrest and banditry in his lands, making it difficult for him to concentrate and work properly. He's not been able to do his lordly duties justice with all the events that have been happening.
Can I write that to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure, make an insight check. This is the epitome of whiny brat. He's like, oh my gosh, there's so much work. I hate having to do work. I can't do my job because there's too much work.
It's a shame I'm not there, because I could deal with this fat fuck.
I kind of wish you were here at this point.
This is everything vile and about a slob is wrapped up in this human in front of you.
It's a good thing I'm not there, because I would have killed him.
I may end up killing.
There are no guards in the room, which you find weird. But it's the fact that it is currently just you and him. And he's like, well, let me get desserts brought in. How about it? And you're just like, oh, please no. But just this second wave of food gets brought on the table, and it's like he's putting away a good third of a table meant to sit like 20 at the moment. Like anything within that first third is just being brought to him to eat.
Basically, anything in which is being consumed.
That and then some. Like he's got like a claw that he's pulling plates to him with. It's disturbing. But he's like, so
some problems.
Oh my goodness, yes. I can't even begin to tell you how difficult it's been. The merchants have been claiming about bandits and troubles and bickering amongst the nobles.
Much are you willing to have this problem resolved?
Oh, I'd be delighted. I can't even begin to tell you
Put me
how
in,
much I'd be
coach.
happy.
Put me in, coach.
Me and my friends that I have acquired could very easily solve this problem.
Oh?
Yes.
How would you do it? He almost looks excited.
Doesn't matter how we do it.
No, but it does. You see, I live for these kind of stories. Tell me how you do it.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
Well, first eliminate some of the trouble. Mainly the annoying merchant that has been causing all of this. He may be innocent, but he's not. He even attempted to kill the others.
Oh my. Really? Tell me more.
For a fee.
I could be persuaded. But give me all the juicy details.
asking for details, you shit.
We need to phone a friend.
Yeah, sure.
Can he get a phone a friend?
You can certainly ask for one.
You should bring me in. I can totally deal with this fucking guy.
You're fucking sleeping.
I'm awake as you're awake.
We're still asleep.
No, y'all are currently asleep.
I think I would like to have my one friend Ears come in. Pretty sure she could be very helpful. So I hear she likes some cheese, so if you could bring out some cheese.
Oh, certainly. We can have cheese provided. I'll Jerry, go have the guards bring this Ears lady to me, please, if you'd be so kind. Thank you, Jerry.
Cheese, all the cheese.
We could just bring the whole group.
For a
Several
small,
times.
small.
Well,
my partner
bring
can
out-
easily take care of the rest of this problem.
When said guard shows up to get me,
uh-huh.
I'm just gonna say that I don't feel comfortable leaving without my friends.
Oh, well, one of your friends is already there, ma'am. He's asking for you.
Yeah, but I don't want to leave these two here alone.
Well, I don't have permission from the Lord to bring them as well, and
You wouldn't want to upset the Lord, though, would you, by going back empty-handed?
no, but considering one of your friends is under suspicion of murder of a dwarf, we still haven't found the body.
It is not just one noble.
If you
Two
have the
nobles.
body, it sounds a lot like hearsay, then, doesn't it?
He admitted to killing the dwarf, ma'am.
Don't often go around bragging about things you haven't done.
Not murder, ma'am.
I'm just gonna go back into my room and eat my cheese and laugh at him.
Okay. Have a good night, ma'am. He'll come back and he'll be like, I'm sorry, sir. She wasn't willing to come because I didn't have permission to bring the others. He's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate.
I take this guard. Is he?
What?
I would like to grab hold of this guard.
You'd like to reach out and grab him?
Yeah. Like, just bring him in
Nathan-
friendly.
Sure. Are you trying to play it off as like you're just at the table and you're like dragging him towards you?
Well, I want to slit his throat and say this is what I'm going to do to people who don't listen.
Right, but do you want him to come over casually? Because he's not like right next to you at the
Oh, he's
moment.
at the door? Oh.
Yeah, he's still at the doorway. He hasn't come fully into the room.
Just beckon him up.
It's certainly doable. It seems like a jovial enough atmosphere that you could get up and move around, but you wouldn't want to be open about the intention right away.
We've got to get the rest of us in here.
Because I want the squad's money.
It is your character. I think you should do what you want.
I summon the party.
What?
That includes you, Pyro.
Well, I don't understand how.
Well, you could say you want us to be brought. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to bring us.
So you have requested the whole party be brought to the Lord.
Yes.
There we go.
Word that request carefully for me, and I'm gonna you can either choose to roll persuasion without it, and the DC will be higher, or you can attempt the persuasion request yourself to reduce the difficulty. Your choice.
What'll it be, Pi?
I think I'll have a better luck just rolling for it.
Okay.
Don't be bad.
You're so bad at this game.
Well, now you gotta RP your way through the rest of this.
Oh, I have some leeway with the guard captain on this, but he's insistent that one of your friends, well, and seemingly honest, may be unreliable in his decision making, and so I can't get all of them brought to you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
You're the fucking Lord, you fucking pussy.
But I like there's still rules to be followed as much
You make the rules!
as you scream from your cell in your nightmares.
You're right
That's
there.
it.
Oh, wait,
I'm
still-
done. I'm done. I get up out of my bed. There's demons in my dreams were driving me crazy, and I can't handle it anymore. I use thaumaturgy to open my door, and Lax's door, and Elv's door, and step out of the hallway and say, "What's up, guys? Where's the dwarf?"
He's at a dinner party with the Lord at the moment.
Oh, well, awesome. I was kind of hungry. We'd love to join. Thanks for offering. And I start walking down the hallway.
Sir, you can't do that, sir. Please get back in your room.
And I round the corner.
Okay. Maximus, your door is slammed open. If you want to wake up, you can. Otherwise, you can keep sleeping.
Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Hearing all the commotion, I go into Lax's room and slap him so he wakes the fuck up.
I
You
wake
dart
up
around.
and go back to sleep.
No, why don't you just run down the hallway and catch up with me?
I take an arrow out of my quiver and shove it into his foot.
Did we really just go
And-
down this fucking route?
We kind of had our hand forced this way because we're
Not
playing with a
really.
dude who won't role play.
This is gonna get interesting.
If she's gonna kill me, she kills me.
Oh my God.
Just let him do what he wants to do. Give him 5 more minutes. The dinner will be over. He'll come back.
Well, I've already walked down the hallway. So.
You have walked down the hallway. You turn the corner and there are 3 guards stationed in the hallway, and they're like, "Oh, sir, please get back into your room."
Hey, guards. Not sure what the problem is, but the Lord wanted me to come to dinner. And I don't think any of you guys want to get on the bad side of the Lord. I heard he loves having guards fucking flayed alive in his personal sex dungeon. And I don't know about you guys, but that's not a fun way to go. I use thaumaturgy to open the door behind them and start walking that way.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, please work. Please fucking work.
You are a very lucky man. They're like, right. You sure the Lord sent for you? You should have.
Did I stutter?
You. No, but we're just questioning the fact that he didn't send someone to like retrieve you.
Was there
I'm-
not somebody just in here a few minutes ago?
He said he came for the lady and then he left.
Wow, you guys fuck things up real badly often, don't you? Are you coming
Look,
by
man,
the way?
we're just. Huh? What's that?
Sorry.
Sorry.
OOC. Are you coming by the way? Or are you still fighting with Lax?
I guess I'm going with you.
Oh, I'm gonna need one of those open.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
We'll set that for that.
Why didn't we just sneak out?
And
Well, that was our next option. But I think I can deal with the Lord to make us an awesome deal. But Pi is apparently unable of working out a basic deal with an idiot.
alrighty, you as you've entered into this weird. Some of you are breaking out effectively of the guard capital of the city, and have to go past the noble district and then get to the Lord's house. You're allowed past these 3 guards and make it out into the outer hallway, where because it is later in the evening, there is not an active moving presence at the moment, but you either have the attempt to boldly charge out through the guards that are still out here, or try and slip past them unnoticed. Which would you wish to do?
I'm walking like I'm supposed to be here. And surely to
Okay.
God, not everyone knows about me by looks.
You
You don't
said you
know?
murdered someone. Everyone probably knows.
I said I murdered a psychopath. A psychopath they were looking to put down. Which I made up and doesn't exist, and they don't have a body, so.
There's a lot of confusion, and so they are. Well, they'd like to take your word. They can't afford to just take it at face value, right?
I mean, they don't have a
And
body.
so, right, and that's part of the problem.
Or even a dwarf that they knew about. I mean, you literally don't have a victim or knowledge of a victim other than somebody saying that there might have been a psychopathic dwarf that might have been murdered.
Right. And so they're like, what the heck? Why would someone just make that kind of story up? And so they're just like, it's just several factors all going on at once.
There's like literally. Anyways, carry on.
Like, if you walked up to the police and went, hey, I murdered this crazy guy, and then.
And
you're like,
then
"Oh,
they can't find any blood. They can't find any murder weapon. They don't see any blood on me. They get to the location. There's no body.
They're not treating you as a murderer. They're treating you as a psychopath and just keeping an eye on you at the moment.
Oh, fair enough. Anyways, me and Ears, arm in arm, start walking towards the Lord's place.
Okay.
In fact,
Y'all had-
I walk up to those 4 guards that were working, and I'm like, "Oh, are you our escort?"
Which 4 guards?
You said there were 4 guards milling around, didn't you?
There are several guards milling around, but we'll say you can walk up to a group of 4 of them, sure. And they'll be like, no, to where?
We were summoned to the Lord's room for dinner.
Right, okay, yeah, sure. We'll come with you.
Cool. Let's go. Lead the way.
And they will make a box formation around y'all and escort y'all to the Lord's Manor. Maximus, you continue to sleep relatively undisturbed in your cell. There's an arrow stabbed in your foot though. So you did take 2 piercing damage from that before you went back to sleep. But the 2 of you are brought to the Lord's Manor, and they're like, right, we need to get back to what we were doing.
Be safe, boys.
You as well. there's a lot of strange things afoot at the moment. And the four of them will walk off. The guards at the Lord's Palace keeping an eye on you. Like, right. Sure. Please come on in. If the Lord sent for you.
We walk in and sit down at the table, I guess, or walk in and greet the Lord, or what's going on?
You walk into that same very flashy building. Though Ears, go ahead and make me an investigation check. Something's bothering you. Something seems off.
Go.
A 19. You're not sure what caught your attention in the first moments. But whatever it was, as you take a couple of steps, the flashiness of the decor begins to slightly fade. And it's no longer overwhelming elegance, as it's a subtle stated elegance. The walls fade ever so slightly. The colors become more proper than flash. The tiled floors that were oddly muted as you were walking through are now a lush carpet. And as you walk into this dining room, you see sitting at one end, Tocklin, eating from several, small but generous plates of food. And then a large, clear expanse. And at the other end, this well-dressed, sharply fitted noble that has, his thumb in the side of his cheek as he's talking. Pyro, you see a very fancy, flashy manner and a rotund, grotesque man scarfing down food when you walk in the room.
With my 24 insight check?
Unfortunately, insight's not what you need here.
Fair enough.
You didn't, if Ears wants to point out, you can try and attempt an investigation as well. But, it's an ability to see through the reality of details more than the honesty of them is unfortunately what you need here.
Okay. Good evening, my lord.
Oh, good evening. How can I help you?
Oh, I believe you were requested the presence of my companion here, Ears.
This is your lady friend, and who are you?
I'm Brother Aaron. I'm one of the, I guess you could say, semi-leaders of the group.
Right. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
We've gotten to dessert, but help yourself to what's on the table.
Before he goes to sit down, I kind of grab his arm and squeeze it so it's noticeable, and I give him a look that something feels off.
Okay. So I do a
Investigation
investigation.
as you sweep the room. Whatever's off. A 17 will do it. The illusion will fade for you as well.
So so what it is it's like a guy trying to be fancier than he is?
No, he is not fancier, flashier, weaker almost. This is a noble of real power pretending he's a slob.
Oh.
Pretending. Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. Fuck. That's a total different bag of dicks than I was wanting to walk into.
You are very lucky that Ears has as high of a perception as she does.
I look at perception or at ears. My eyes widen a little bit, and I nod my head.
Yeah.
Oh God! Fuck! That changes everything. The whole point of getting here was to deal with an idiot. Fuck.
If you'd
It's
given me
like-
like 5 more minutes, I would have just walked back to the damn.
Yeah, all you had to do was wait. That's why I didn't go, because Pi was doing fine. I don't
No,
know
he
why
wasn't. Pi was
Yes, he
sucking
was.
balls and dragging for 30 minutes.
He was doing fine. It's D&D. It's RP. He was doing his job.
He
And
was not
doing a
RPing at
decent
all.
job. Anyway, continue.
The lord of the second largest city in this country did not get here by being a flabby idiot. But so you are invited to sit at the table. He seems unaware that you've seen through the illusion so far.
I asked him why he wanted us here.
Oh, your friend here was telling me that you would be able to help expand on the details for how you'd remove this problem of corruption in our midst.
Well, it's a long story, and a lot of it's confusion and miscommunication built upon other confusions. But the gist of it is, you had a fire giant in the west side of town that was stealing sheep because he was afraid your farmers would misunderstand him, which we thankfully managed to resolve without any problems. And then in the north, you had a den of iniquity that was set up that was pulling your guards away from protecting your nobles, and opening the door for a rather nasty cutthroat ring of bad guys.
Explained that we were hired by Wolfbiter to protect him from said other noble who hired people to kill him.
And it turns out that noble, while it seems he didn't mean to hire them to kill Wolfbiter, more to just put the put the screws to him. He didn't really realize who he was dealing with, and he opened up a whole bag of dicks that can't be put back together now.
And so, how do you want to fix this?
I mean, it's not our job to fix it. We're just telling you what we know.
Yeah.
You should definitely.
Y'all came to my guard captain, and he said something about idea of how to deal with this or something. What was it again?
Yeah, just to tell you the information so the guards can go and handle it.
Well, there's a couple different ways you can handle it, I guess, at this point. I mean, you can try and work with this new group that's moving in, or you can try and fight this new group that's moving in. We're kind of just a third party that's kind of gotten put in the middle of it, and we've done our best to
Follow the law.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we've
nothing illegal.
done our best to make sure. I mean, we saved Wolfbiter. We stopped the assholes that the dude across the street hired from killing him and Wolfbiter. And we stopped the fire giant from getting into it with the citizens on the left side of town, and we
You saved your winter because you'll actually have wool now for clothes and stuff.
shut down the group to the north. But unfortunately, I think that group might be a problem still.
Yeah, and there's only so much we can do as law-abiding travelers, you know?
There. Would you be willing to handle this problem? gets into a matter of difficulty where the nobles are concerned, I can have, who was this, that you, Cogbiter, you said? Was
Yes,
the problem?
Cogbiter was the one who
Um,
hired the.
Mercenary.
yes, Cogshell. Sorry, that was a misspeak on my part. Yes, have him arrested easily enough. Maybe. But, this other group. Would you all be willing to, shall we say, take a bounty on this?
And by that you mean take out this group?
In a sense. And, enough of this. And he waves his hand, and pie for you, the illusion fades. As you realize that you've actually been eating significantly more than he has this entire time. But, that's besides the point. The problem here is not so much that I was unaware of this group. The problem is that they've managed to gain connections in high places. And so we cannot just send a guard force to rout them out.
Yeah, you need to know how deep the stink goes. The problem is, we're in a good position to kind of figure that out for you, but we'd have to break a few eggs at this point to get any deeper. And
Which eggs?
a
He's
minimum.
looking at you very intently.
We'd have
He's
to.
considering what your offer is.
We'd
but-
have to break a minimum of what's his name again? The guy who started
Cogshell.
it all. Cogshell. Cogshell would definitely have to be to crack. They want Wolfbiter cracked as well, but we can probably smooth that over. But unfortunately, Cogshell is a massive problem for them. One second.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. I didn't know you ordered.
Oh yeah.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Tell him 2 seconds. I'm almost done.
He's across the room, but you could hear him clearly, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the kitchen.
1 sec. Sorry. fucked up too. I was so intent on making sure I checked your wings 3 times this time. I forgot the barbecue sauce. We have barbecue though. I know I'm in trouble. I'll get you a green to make up for it. A couple greens. Or greens forever.
My slight addiction to Baja Blast, you know.
How do I do it? Alright, sitting down. No. It was just a refrigerator, dude. It's fine. Okay. Headphones back on. What did he say?
Paused.
Okay.
Cogshell could be an acceptable loss to maintain peace in the region. Wolfbiter is not as losable.
That's fine. We can work with that. That'll allow us to maintain our cover with the group. We'll be able to get more information. You guys will get rid of well, be frank, somebody who's willing to murder to get ahead. And we can, at least for now, control what the group does to the region. And we can always give you more information as we get it. But this will allow us to get more information from the group while more or less protecting the town.
Yes. And he will make a hand gesture off to the side, and a cloaked woman will basically almost seem to step out of the shadows in the corner. None of you noticed she was there. You're not sure if she was there the whole time or not.
Well, hello.
Good evening. This is my spy master. She is part of the Queen's Black Hand, and she serves my court as an overseer for the difficulties.
Was she familiar with the group to the north in that farmhouse?
She was aware and was, and you watch the, cloak covering her face shift. And there's all of a sudden a familiar, there's one of the people that you recognize in the, a face that was in the room the first time. Not the guy that you talked around, thankfully. But, one of the other faces that were in the room during the day. I was aware of the situation, yes.
Well, aren't
I
you
was
familiar?
watching things to see where everything was going. And the face vanishes back into almost the cow.
Gotcha.
Not as if the cow's separating, but as if it just fades into nothingness.
Fair enough.
I have been aware of the designs of this group for some time, and we have been in desperate need of some unallied influences, to say
A
the
black
least.
team.
Precisely. That's why we were so concerned about your appearance, she says as she looks at you, Pi. An unannounced noble in the midst of this could have been troublesome if they sought to expand their region of influence. We know that they have a stronghold in the mountains southeast of here, over which they have been, and so that you can see the map, we will flip over the map screen. Just on the southern edge of the Lands of Fortune mountain range, they have a rather massive encampment, from what our birds have told us, from which they have been making influences here in Hackelfoss, in Punclock, and in several other cities around the area.
Fun, fun.
Your job, if you were willing to accept it, and do note that with both the risks and the level of the threat, if you are one caught, well, you'll probably be dead.
Fair
And
enough.
if you're not dead and you have to work for them and you get caught by our guards, we will disavow you. Period. Full stop.
Oh, fun.
There will be no back end escape. There will be, unfortunately, there is no way we can, with the risks of what they've shown they can do and who they have contacts with. And so, if you can, if you're able, your job is to gain enough influence with one of their sects to get access to that base in the mountain and discover its secrets, and if possible, though we can understand not necessarily, find a way to weaken it enough for us to purge it from these lands.
Is it possible for you to make Wolfbiter leave town for a couple months?
Wolfbiter can arrange to take a sabbatical to one of his other houses, yes. He can, with his traders, effectively disappear for the next few months' time.
Okay. And would it be all right if we staged what looked like a well-run raid on his house?
On Wolfbiter's.
Correct.
There's
Because
no
if we
need to
can,
kill Wolfbiter.
if we can make the people think that we got both tasks done, I mean, we don't have to take out Wolfbiter. But if it appears that we did, and we can pull that off, it might accelerate our advancement.
Well, can I just point out something out of character here? Yes, they wanted Wolfbiter dead, but if Wolfbiter's still alive, his, I guess, company is still gonna run just fine. If we stage it so that he's dead and the company's still running fine,
True. No, I mean, that's a good point. Never
like,
mind.
yes, they wanted him dead, but they also didn't want complete, total chaos of the trading market. Yet.
Okay. Never mind. Please disregard what I said. The paladin brings up a good point.
All right.
So we just need... All we would really need from you is then just maybe a laxing of the guard patrols around Schlagswall, whatever the fuck his name is, house, and
We can arrange for an errand security at Cogshell's house. But it will be your job to do it in such a way that he does not set off any alarms.
sounds good. And then we will set up... What's the best way for us to set up reporting back to you? Because keep in mind, after tonight, we had planned on leaving Hackelfoss, or tomorrow. And I don't know where they're going to send us. We may not be back in this region for, it could be a week or two. We might go dark, depending.
The spy master will reach into her robe and pull out a pouch. And she's like, inside this pouch is several bottles of a curious ink that has been discovered. When you use this ink to address a letter and then throw it into the fire, it will actually transport it through the fire to the intended recipient.
Awesome.
Only to another person who has a link to it. So you can use this to send it to me.
Perfect.
I'd like to point out that I really hope she cannot hear us through the sigil on your hand.
I don't think she can, The mage made it sound like it was just a tracking device.
As you actually glance at your hand as this is brought up, the sigil that was faintly glowing purple is currently gray.
It has no connection.
Ooh.
That's what I can think of.
Is there something special about this room?
There is a series of protections around the entire fortress to ensure appearances are kept as needed and to not reveal, and he gestures at the spy master.
Wonderful.
So rest assured, if you were concerned about someone eavesdropping on this, it hasn't happened.
All right. Well, if you can have everything set up for tomorrow night, we'll do the deed. We'll exfil from the city, and we'll keep you updated as things go on.
Seems reasonable.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah, this is it was like midday.
Okay.
Oh, it's
evening
now. But we're on the second day. Tomorrow's the third day. So that's our time limit.
Yeah. Are you planning to collect your bounty at the tavern?
What bounty?
Don't
The
see why
reward
not.
for killing the man.
150 gold.
I must have missed this all.
Our 450 gold she said she'd give us if we kill the dude.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we will collect that in the tavern.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll probably be getting our marching orders, which we'll update you on after we get them.
Good to know. I will be waiting for word. So it is now a matter of getting you back to your accommodations. Considering I didn't, and he looks at you, brother, and considering you weren't invited, he will write a note and be like, take this with you. It will absolve this problem from becoming more of an issue.
I appreciate it, my lord.
And so y'all are, if you so wish, you're either able to finish eating the rich food that is on the table, the desserts, and then leave, or you can just leave.
I'm gonna leave.
I grab a piece of cake, shove it in my mouth, and leave.
Sure.
Let's go. Hey, cheese.
Alrighty.
Accommodations.
Surprised you didn't have that set up. Like, I think
The
you'd have
Lord's
that
house?
one. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to come back here. It was put into an archive.
Like, I can understand, like, the guard's house, but the noble... whatever.
It's a fine, like, it seemed like we were leaving the city, right?
I understand.
And so it was, I prepared for next phase. And so I only have so much space for, like, images, right? So I don't have that image uploaded at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff uploaded, and so I prepared for what came next, and so I took out some things.
Yeah, but limit as to what you can have available. Okay.
Right.
Not that you didn't have it, you just couldn't put it. Okay.
Right, and so I didn't want to spend the 15 minutes uploading that image all of a sudden. Because
That's a stupid thing that they have. They have a limit as to how much you could have.
I mean, you can
thing.
pay more to have more.
At the end of the... Remind me at the end of tonight, we can talk about tools.
Okay.
Actually, it'd probably be better, I guess, to remind me tomorrow, because I think I'm streaming Dark Souls after this. But
Sure.
I gotta
But
I gotta revenge on a fucking tentacle monster I gotta get.
yeah. So you go back to your accommodations, and there's a fourth member of your group who has no idea what deals you've just struck. He's slept his way through all the commotion, and through the discussion, we'll say, Max, you are just fully waking up.
Did Timmy actually go through with stabbing him in the foot?
Yes.
Minorly, he took 2 damage.
I will stand in his doorway and ask him if he found my arrow. I seem to have misplaced it.
I snapped it in half and threw it out the window.
That's okay. I have many more.
Arrows are fairly cheap.
I go back to my bed, dive into it, and go to sleep.
I
Okay.
do get a long rest, right?
Yeah, so we'll say the damage doesn't even end up mattering. It gets healed as you sleep.
Oh, it needs to cause an infection.
But Timmy unfortunately hasn't poisoned her arrows yet.
Good club foot or something like that.
Yeah. So
So I guess we need to
Alrighty.
hit an apothecary at some point.
there are ways to get various poisons and other nasty things applied to your weapons. But I don't think that's our current goal. But I will certainly put it as something that I'll have ready for future reference. But morning dawns. The guard captain, after having actually come by and checked, brother, and be like, "Hey, so I heard you left last night. Where did you go?"
Oh, I went to check out the Lord. He's got a nice spread over there.
Right. Do you have any proof of this claim or anything? Because
I mean, if I go take a shit, you can dig through it and see the nice cake I ate. Or you can take a look at this letter.
I was gonna say, like,
I'll take the letter. And he'll glance and be like, "Okay, okay, sure. You seem to have a task for him at the moment, so
That is correct.
like I said, I don't know what it is. He doesn't say in the note, so I'm not gonna ask. He You're obviously free to go. We just had you stay overnight. Your notes do match up with some of the other things we had found around town, so that's comforting to know we don't have multiple large crime rings hitting town at once.
Just one.
One's bad enough. But enjoy the rest of your time in Hackelfoss, and please come see me if you need me.
Will do. All right, so
So now we have a day to do whatever the fuck we want.
You have a day to explore the city, see if there's anything else of interest to do.
we could go buy
Or-
some weapons.
Sig, how can I make my arrows more deadly?
Thanks, Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
to the local apothecary, I guess.
Well, I mean, it is 3 hours. We could give him next week to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will have a list of options that I will send you a list of options for things you can purchase over the week so you can choose that, because that's not really necessary to be rolled out, and we can pick up next time with, unless y'all have something else you want to do, the assault on Cogshell's house.
Do we get the bounty before or after we kill Cockshell?
No, your bounty is for this issue. If you're talking about the Lord's bounty.
Yeah, she's not going to pay us until we kill him. And
Yeah.
the Lord's not going to pay us until we do something. So,
Well, I didn't know if the tavern would be willing to give it as a forward thing, but okay.
When you go ask if there's anything at the tavern for you, they say, no, nothing yet. Why?
Okay.
but we can always kill whatever the fuck his name is. I keep forgetting his name. And then
Time shell.
that one. And then we can go get our money. And then go upgrade our gear. And then flee the town.
Yeah, if you do it quietly enough, you'll have probably a decent time until they find his body. So,
Or, we could do it like we did with the psychotic dwarf and just disappear the body.
that is an option.
We do happen to know where a hidden door and a hidden chest is inside the manor.
Well, yeah, once we kill everyone, we could just strip the house clean of anything.
And then shove his ass in his own little secret hole. They won't find him till he starts stinking.
Doesn't he have quite a bit of staff though in his house?
Don't have to kill him, you can just knock him unconscious.
We'll find out how you run that one next time.
Mm-hmm. All right.
As I,
Why is there a car in the bottom left?
a certain dwarf has been artistically adding to the title screen.
Ah, that's all you need to say. All right. Give me just a sec to the bathroom and then we'll fire up Demon Souls.